Paying for the same character yet again. What sort of witchcraft is this? This week we're taking a look at the Toys R Us exclusive, Scarlet Witch. Wanda Maximoff is a former Avenger turned witch. Since the cancellation of her sitcom, the Scarlet Witch has been doing some light reading, using the chaos magic and the Darkhold to search the multiverse for a reality where her made-up children exist.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Attempting to give them something very few MCU characters have, a mother.
I am so confused.
Our moms have the same name.
Articulation, bruh.
Scarlet Witch's head's on a double ball joint. Not that it matters, because her neck popped out. But to be honest, with that stiff plastic hair, I don't think you would have had much range anyway. And it's easier not to have to move that stiff plastic hair around the body when rotating the head. I can just kind of pop the head off and rotate the neck in whatever position I like. The ball joint at the upper torso is so recessed you're not going to get a ton of movement, but there is some rotation. Arms would rotate all the way around if not for that stiff plastic hair. Let's put that back on. There's a bicep swivel, a pinless double jointed elbow, and while I'm happy to have double jointed elbows on a female figure, this looseness is bound to happen on such thin limbs. But arms do ball and hinge all the way up. Hands do rotate and hinge up and down. The legs kick straight out, unlike that wobbly double pin joint, which is reuse from the previous Scarlet Witch. But you do get an upper thigh swivel, a pinned double jointed knee that is interrupted by the skirt piece. I mean, you can push it back, but you'll see here it just ends up pushing it right back down anyway. No boot swivel, feet hinge down, hinge up, and rocks like nature-inspired puns.
Damn! Accessories! Does this purse go with my bra, bruh?
Scarlet Witch comes with the Darkhold, which is lacking some paint to bring out some of the sculpted detail. It is better to have it open than closed, but it is a solid piece, so you don't really have much of an option there. The spiky bits of the book do fit in between her fingers, but I think a gripping hand would have gone a long way in keeping it in her hand. Wanda also comes with the same effect pieces we've seen with other Scarlet Witches, only now it's in a hot pink color. Not that you expect chaos magic to be stable, but a slight bump will knock them off, causing some frustration.
Go sit yourself.
Whether she's sitting on a throne or cross-legged dreamwalking, Scarlet Witch cannot go sit herself. Alright, first up we've got her in her attire from the end of WandaVision. Here's Marvel Legends Scarlet Witch. And a precog in the machine, here's Vision. Well before she got a hold of the Darkhold and lost her Sokovian accent, here's Wanda Maximoff. And while Captain America's shield was bulletproof, unfortunately Hawkeye's was not. A brother from the same mother, here's Quicksilver. And a baddie daddy from a different universe, here's Magneto. An apple a day won't keep this doctor away, here's Doctor Strange. And while he's never done any construction, he is a roofer. Here's Mordo. And lastly, I think he got too into The Sopranos. Ask him where his money is. Here's Wong.
Wongers, can we get froyo?
No.
We could talk about The Sopranos.
Fine, no more spoilers.
Think unsexy thoughts. Think unsexy thoughts.
Aside from the head and arms, this is the exact same sculpt as the previous WandaVision release. The big difference being the paint, changing it from red to maroon. Moving up to the torso, the previous offering, while loose, had more range, the new Scarlet Witch being limited to essentially a swivel. And while she can manipulate reality, not including a cloth piece still limits articulation. That, along with the high heels, has her falling over more than a child star at an after party.
How rude.
I gotta say, the single jointed elbows of old will not be missed. However, the one drawback is how loose the joints get on those double jointed elbows. Since it is the same neck joint, the head swap is almost seamless, the color plastic on the tiara being the only glaring difference.
You look beautiful. Of course I do. I'm a princess and this is my tiara.
For a character who uses her hands more than a deft translator, you'd think Hasbro would include additional ones. But there's no sense in complaining. Instead, let's find a magical solution. Enter Xiling, a fairly forgettable Marvel legend whose skin tone is pretty close to that of Scarlet Witch. Shang-Chi's sister is packed in with 7 different hands. They don't have gloves or black-stained fingertips, but they are a snug fit and make for a hell of an upgrade for customizers. For a Toys R Us exclusive here in Canada, I was hoping for more accessories or some additional paint on the accessories we got. Somebody at Hasbro took the Darkhold literally, cause the sculpted details are lost in that dark plastic. If you're brave enough, Ken from Can I Make It shows you how to dry brush the Darkhold over on his channel. Go check him out. He seems like a lovely fella and should have the paints and the brushes in the description. So to sum up my thoughts with more thoughts, hoping for an upgrade that fixed all the issues we had with the WandaVision Scarlet Witch was apparently asking too much. The poor articulation, lack of stability, and QC issues made this review a chore. By the end of it, I felt like a whiny child. So be careful what you wish for, Wanda. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with ya brah. And remember, collect responsibly.